can it be? Showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon yo. To the double T, befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Thursday, August 8th. We've got NFL football, and it feels good, doesn't it? Yeah, we had our try at the preseason game. We're going to go with 2 preseason games tonight, in addition to our Major League Baseball card. We got 10 games on tap, including that time change we'll let you know about if you're not already aware, and other hot action certainly in the Olympics, with men's basketball coming up here in just a couple of hours. Going to be an awesome day of men's action today with those 2 huge games, of course, including Serbia and the United States today at 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific. Also Germany and France, hot matchups today. A little bit of breaking news here. I don't know if it's breaking now or we're breaking in the middle of the night, or if I'm breaking my stuff over here, but the golf tournament this week has been delayed here. We're not even going to be able to start until 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific at the Wyndham Championships. Maybe give you a chance here to give you my picks this week here. Just a couple of them, actually, that a couple of golfers that I zeroed in on, but with the tournament starting here a little late because of the hurricane actually making landfall here twice. They're really going to be hard-pressed to get in 72 holes, it looks like, actually. But my top play for the golf tournament this weekend at the Wyndham Championships, I'm going to go down the board here. Now, I do think that Sung Jae-im is a pretty strong favorite here in this tournament and probably worthy of favoritism. And I almost want to play him just because, he looks so good against this field. But let me go down just a little bit here. Maybe I'm going to take Sung Jae-im in a top 5 here this week at plus 325. I think I'm going to just back off a little bit of him because of his favorite status. Now, granted, he's the favorite to finish top 5. But for my picks here, I'm going to go with Aaron Ray here at 30-1 this week. I'm going to take also Robert McIntyre in a top 10 spot here this week. So I think those are my 3 favorite plays here this week at the Wyndham. But again, that tournament's going to be delayed here a little bit for about 5.5 more hours before they get started down at the Wyndham Championships. Okay, there's steam coming in right now in Major League Baseball, so let's just cover it here, and then we'll get the show going here, talk a few more things, say hello. And the Miami Marlins are taking some steam here this morning against the Cincinnati Reds. And, well, why not? I mean, that just maybe was too high of a price even for Hunter Green at $2 or so, maybe is what it was. But right now we're looking at the Florida Marlins here taking a little bit of action. And now the Reds are down to maybe 175 or lower here at some of the books here today. So pretty big move actually on the Marlins. I think maybe it might even make the Reds a little bit tolerable here. I don't know if I'd play them as a premium, but we'll talk about that game here coming up, our 10-game card in Major League Baseball. Maybe I can run down the other overnight steam here real quick. They took a Brewers and Braves game to go over today in one of the early starts at 12:20 Eastern, 9:20 Pacific. Also, they took Mets and the Rockies under. I think they took under 11, but I think we're seeing a lot of 10.5s out there right now. 10.5s across the board. It is 10.5 flat pretty much everywhere. And also, one more steam move that came in overnight was the Angels and the Yankees game, also to go under here. They took under 9, I believe, and we're looking at 8.5 at a lot of spots in that one with Anderson and Cortez. So under was the call there by the Sharps. That's the way the steam went anyway. We also got one game in the CFL maybe we can touch on, and also the bronze medal game in soccer today is Morocco and Egypt. Maybe the guys will stop by with some more CONCACAF Champions Leagues Cup today as well. The game's been going every day there, but man, the Olympics have been hot, so maybe I've just slipped my focus a little bit on that Leagues Cup, even though all the games here in the U.S. For the tournament. All right, let's say hello to everyone here who's come into the chat today. I guess it'll be a short show, kind of. We'll keep it under an hour, I think, here today with our baseball coverage and NFL football. I was going to go NFL football. There's still exhibition or preseason games, so I was going to put them at the end of the show, if that's okay. Thomas was here to open the doors today. Hello. Thank you, Thomas, for everything. Appreciate all you do here for me and the chat. Here we had that consensus winner. Obviously, you guys got the better of me yesterday. You guys had the New York Mets over the Colorado Rockies. Team Steam consensus winner after I'd already said I'm going to go with the Rockies in that one. Chris Brady here today. Hello. Thank you for coming in. And Dre had a great day, he said yesterday. Wow, great job. And he's on vacation. What? Looks like he dodged the hurricane there. Jermaine here today. Thank you, Jermaine. And Humble and Gentle Mexican here today as well. Jermaine Connolly. Jermaine talking about the Bobby Witt on fire last night. Wow. Incredible. Just on fire. Jacob Friday here as well. Hey, the Nigeria women hung in there. Did a nice job yesterday. I thought they played a great team basketball. All right. Lewis Eisenhower as well. And stopping in here. Great to have Lewis here today. Who else? Oh, great comments in the chat here. Good turnout here. John Monaforte talking about the D-backs, and they'll be in action here tonight. Chad's got his basketball. Let's take a look here at these games in this one with, okay, looks like he's got the ladies action here as well. The ladies action will go off, of course, after tomorrow's show, but Chad's got his plays in here, and he's also got the men's games he's got Serbia, and he's got Germany today. Let me see here. Maybe I can bring him up here real quick and cover the basketball for today. Just let everybody know the matchups. Got Germany and France. You see, Chad gave you hey, I'll go with the totals. Chad gave you his sides there, and I'll go. I'm already on Germany to win the tournament as my bet to win the tournament. I mean, we know the United States is going to probably go U.S., but I did take him at 15-1, and maybe I can look. We'll see what the line is after today's games, or whoever wins. Germany's got to win this one to get that one, but. Nonetheless, I did take Germany to win the tournament here at 15-1. So we'll see what kind of leverage, if anything, I can get in that final game. I mean, I'm certainly not, touting Germany to come out and crush the U.S. if they make it, but they played a very good tournament, obviously. And France has done a great job to recover from maybe the basketball critics here that thought maybe France wasn't looking to, and they did slump. But they've recovered here nicely. If anything, though, this feels like it's been a little bit of a move here to Germany within the last 8 to 10 hours or so, maybe a point, gone up about a point or so. My pick will be on the under here with Germany and France today in this one. I'll take the under as my pick in the men's first game today. Serbia and the United States, you see there, down to 15.5 or so. I'm going to take the over in this one as my play. Like I said, Chad gave you a side there, so I like the over here in this one with Serbia and the United States. There'll be 6 former NBA most valuable players, I believe, in the game. You got, of course, Joker, and you got all the great Americans. Maybe it's 5, whatever. No doubt, awesome games today, and I've got under in the first game, over in the second game, and enjoy those games here today. All right. Gosh, my Las Vegas, I tell you, my lip bleed like it did when I yesterday. I was sneezing, blowing, breaking my lip here in the dry air of Las Vegas. So pardon me about that. There we go. That feels better. All right. And maybe a few more comments here from you guys. And there were those plays again from Chad. Let's see him again for the men's. He likes Serbia to hang in there, and he likes Germany. Like I said, he's got these good prices, and you can follow him, and he gets it out there in plenty of time. Definitely been a move. But Chad gets his plays on the old X machine there early on, so no problem there. But again, the line has moved here a little bit today on some of those. We'll take a look here at Howard also today. Let's see what he says. He's talking about, hey, nothing more to me. I'm a soup guy. I like tomato soup. Talking about that. Talking about my tomatoes. And Chris, hello. He's got a play here, it looks like. Angels and Yankees here. Evening game tonight. Justin, hello as well. Rich, coming to us here. Thank you, thank you. Wow, did we get 10 games right yesterday? Awesome. I felt like Elliot talking about the delay there at the golf tournament. And the undergrads with us today here as well. All right. And who else? Juice is here. Joe T is here. He's been hot on his totals. Me and Joe, we're kind of alike. We're similar here. So, all right. And who else here? That's it. How about them apples? Welcome here. And never met How about them apples before, but wants to share his life story. Appreciate you. How about them apples? Feels like somebody we know here. All right. Ray Otachi also in this here today. Jermaine likes France on the alternate run line. Jason's here. It must be football season. Mr. Tomatoes is here, of course. We'll eat some Campbell's tomato soup together, or any tomato soup is all right with me. Tyrone Christopher as well. Let me go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well on the site here yesterday. And let's just see what we've got going here with some of the cappers for the action here as we get rolling, man, with NFL football. Jason's optimistic about Alabama's chances despite all the turnover down there. You know what? Maybe it will be a good thing to a little new life with everything that's going on in our college football world. Don't ever underestimate the Crimson Tide, right? All right, probably, Mr. Tomato. Okay, but all right, yeah, we got football, man. It's going to be cool, even if nobody wants to play in preseason games. We already heard now the Giants aren't going to play any of their starters either. We knew that though, I guess, but make a few plays on the games in NFL preseason. I'll be in premium action for sure. I mean, I think NFL is a great opportunity. I am not one who passes on NFL preseason. In fact, you might even see a higher percentage of premium plays. I already play, the NFL football, man. It's no, we go pretty heavy there with NFL football premiums during the regular season. because you don't get that many opportunities. You get one a week. You may get one chance a week. So you better be in action in NFL football if you like NFL football betting and trying to hit it. All right, let's see here. I'm going to Tony'sPicks.com and highlight the winning cappers from yesterday. Who was it? It was Joseph Schultz with a big day here. 5-0-1. Good job by Joseph. There's Ron Hahn with a strong day as well. 6-1 for Ron. Jerry Lewis, 4-1. Tony's Picks VIP is 3-1. Stephen Duncan there, 4-2 on the day. Ben Ruhala goes 4-2. The two old ladies that bet consensus 4-2. There's Scott Doubles Shooty, 2-1 yesterday. Daniel Wolasachuk won his only play. The OG Cappers VIP won their only play. Jonathan Solo Malone, 3-2. Ruben Marlborough, 3-2. And Brandon Check in the green. On Wednesday, I had premium pick winners yesterday on the site in Houston and Texas game to go over. Premium pick winner. Orioles and Blue Jays game to go over. I had a premium pick winner there. Also, I had the Royals yesterday as a premium pick winner, and Rays and Cardinals game to go under. We had a premium pick winner there as well. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Oh, let me go over the weekly leaders here with Joseph Schultz up 10.25 units. Nick Lagaretos up 6.25 units. Scott Doubles Shooty up 4.5 units. Ron Hahn up 3 2/3 units. And the Tony's Picks VIP account is in the green as well. Last 30 days, Daniel Wolasachuk up 15 units. Scott Doubles Shooty up 9 3/4 units. Joseph Schultz up 7 1/3 units. Brandon Check and Nick Lagaretos are in the green for the month. You can click on the All Cappers tab to find the handicappers at Tony'sPicks.com. Click on the handicapper of your choice, and that's how you get signed up. Right now, I have a package available for today's action here at Tony's Picks. I'm going to call it a 5-pack. What this package includes are my 3 best plays in Major League Baseball as it stands right now. I'm maybe adding another play or 2, but my 3 best from Major League Baseball, including a couple of matinees here today with our getaway day card, and the 2 NFL preseason games. I have a premium pick on both games tonight, so check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all premium pick packages, including long-term packages from our handicappers, including my 3-day, 7-day, 30-day package as well. You get the discounts. Let's take a look at what we got from the crew here today. We've got... All right, let me take a look at some of these packages from the crew today with Scott Doubles Shooty up there. He's got a package available today, a 3-pack there, including both NFL games. Also, Ron Hahn's got a 3-pack there today. Ron Crawford, a 3-pack. Ruben Marlborough's got a 3-pack. There I am with my package in there. Jerry Lewis, a 3-pack. Bo Dunn, a 3-pack. Ben Ruhala, a 3-pack. So check out everybody here, and Tiffany Mance as well. Check out all the cappers at Tony'sPicks.com. You can use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Everyone's got some great packages up and ready for the action here tonight at the website. If you're doing well, no problem. Keep on plugging. If you need a little bit of assistance or help with some picks, check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Remember, you're paying for the picks. If you're not into that, it does support me here on the channel to keep me coming back and doing this show. So subscribe to my 5-pack, and I'll come back here and do another show on Friday. How about that? All right, a few more comments coming in, then let's get started with this show. I think we can get done here relatively quickly here, so let's take a look. And Chris says we're ready to go. And Elliot says, how much do you go on the games? Well, it is. I think everything is a personal question like that. But just know this, Elliot, for everyone, one man's pittance is another man's fortune. And I think for me, like I said, one key thing that I like to look at, everybody looks at how much money is on the. I like ticket count because I think that that is more significant uh, of a barometer, if you will, as far as who's playing what. So maybe that says a little bit there, but uh, I probably bet smaller than most of the handicappers that you'll see on these type of shows, but I bet far more games, I think, than most all of them here. Again, I like to play the landscape, and as a market handicapper, to me, subtle moves without any personnel are opportunities for me. So a lot of times you're just playing those edges. So that's why I have a larger volume of premium picks. I like to think because again, uh, there's no locks, right? So you're just trying to grind out that percentage and try to stay ahead of the curve, ahead of the public, I guess, if you will. So, all right. And let's see here. Yeah. Oh, so Elliot, maybe this will explain. So when I'm explaining the units at Tony'sPicks.com, maybe that would be a better place to start. You're talking about like the $50. And although a $100 bet might not quite cover the costs, especially of, a professional handicapper that's got to at least deal to you not only 52.6% or 53.3% if you're a DraftKings. Just kidding, DraftKings. Uh, but um, our plays are a description there on the site where we tabulate the results are based on 1 unit plays, $100 bets. So your mileage may vary, but that's how we keep score here at Tony'sPicks.com. So when someone there is, let's just say that every game was $1.10 that day. We know that when we're picking games, it's going to be $1.15, $1.20, $1.05, or you might be playing a favorite of $1.50 or plus $1.50 or whatever. But just the picks themselves are 1 unit plays. So a favorite will be to win 100, and an underdog will be 100 to win X. And that's how we keep the, I say standings, but really we're just trying to show the grind there a little bit for all the handicappers and how well they're doing here. And Elliot says, no, we're telling about what is a unit. And so for everyone, maybe a unit is a what you might constitute 1 unit, right? So maybe if your unit sounds like if your average bet is $50, that probably should be 1 unit to you, I would think. Hope that got that cleared up a little bit. All right. And let's see here. What else? Who else? R. Thompson's here. R. Thompson's ready. She's already got her football gear on, ready to go. And any other comments, or we'll get started here. I'm just going to get a little bit of water, though, so I don't die this like I did yesterday. So stay with me here just a moment. All right, we got let's see, 70 of you in here right now, so I think we can get kind of started on the show. Want to say thank you so much. I'm so honored to have one of my podcast partners here in VB MMA Picks. I'm wearing my official VB shirt today, so VB, thank you so much for stopping in here today and saying hi. Great to have you, my man. Anybody want to see our MMA podcast? It's out there on YouTube, and Tony doesn't have any problem with me pumping it up a little bit. I have my premium picks here as well, thanks to VB. And our guest each week. VB rounds up top handicappers in the industry, guys that you might even be familiar with on YouTube, and it has them as our guest analyst, and of course VB, one of the best in the business at MMA. And what we do is have a little podcast previewing the main event, a couple other big fights each week. Just check it out on YouTube, type in that word right there, VB MMA picks, maybe even throw my name in there, you'll find it. We preview the card each week in the UFC, including this week's action here from the Apex. And VB sent me my ticket for my $2,500 VIP seat. Thank you, VB. And I haven't gotten it yet. Big Scott's here today as well. And I think we might be getting it to here. Let's see who else. Thank you, Justin, here. And Ellie, you're fine. I mean, I think everyone, you're fine. I think it is, like I said, everybody's unit size is going to be different. I hope I can say that on TV here, on YouTube. All right, I think I've caught up with everybody saying hello, so let's get rolling here maybe with our plays here for today and start with our Major League Baseball coverage. We'll get to the NFL in just a moment. This one's on a time change here with our first start, and the Giants on the road against the Nationals. I think this one originally scheduled for 4:05 Eastern and 1:05 Pacific, but it's been moved up here to 12:05 Eastern and 9:05 Pacific. I'll get it right, with the Giants and Harrison going up against the Nationals, and hers here for Harrison. He's got a 4.11 ERA in his last 3 starts. Giants have lost his last 4 road starts. Giants have won now 9 of their last 12 games coming in following the confident victory here yesterday. They built on that lead and were able to pull away from the Nationals in a pretty high-scoring game. For Hurts here, he's got a 3 ERA in his last 3 starts in this one. The Nationals have dropped 10 of their last 15 games overall. The Nationals have gone over in 9 of their last 12, but the Giants have been pretty solid out to the under of late, going under in 13 of their last 21 games, but the Giants also have gone over in 6 of their last 7 day games on the road. Let's see your comments here for this game with the Giants and the Nationals today. We're going to take a look at John Monaforte. Let's see here. John Monaforte starts us off with the Nationals on the money line here. Dre's going over. Rich is going over in this one. With these two, wow. Now, they've definitely been, these two left-handers have been up and down, but man, left-handers in an early game on a getaway day, I might be on the other side. Giants team total over here for Justin in this one. And let's see. Thomas, I think he might be on the Nationals money line here. Hello to 209 Valley. Good to see 209 Valley dropping in today to say hi. Got the Giants there. And Jacob Friday says first 5, let's see, first 5 over 2.5 Giants team total. That's what that says right there. Good job, Jacob. And I think that might be it. Oh, here's Joe T going over as well. Oh, man, am I going to be against my man Joe? That rarely happens, actually. But I think I am going to actually be on the under in this one. I just think the scenario, juice is going over. It might even be a consensus. Could it be another play where you guys are fading Ramon here a little bit in this one? I'm taking the under, gang, as my play. Usually I would pivot and not want to challenge the chat, especially after you guys beat me down in that one game yesterday. But I'm going to go under here. I don't know. Thomas hasn't said it's necessarily a consensus play, but I didn't see anybody else on the under with me, did they? I'll try the under, though, in this one with them. All right. Nate says we found out a pizza castle. I don't know what a pizza castle is. I think I've heard of it, but anything with the word pizza in it's good by me. I've got a little Pizza Hut action over here from last night still, ready to go in the, well, I don't know if Pizza Hut's good to go on the second day here. You know the secret, though, for heating up pizza. You don't, microwave if you're desperate. But, man, you got to put that thing in a regular pan on your stove. You put 2 drops of water in there. You cover it up, and that's how you get your pizza fresh again, especially those chain pizzas that really can't salvage too much unless you do a little special thing. Like, you can't throw that in the microwave, okay? All right, gang. All right, next up here. I'll go under. Chat's definitely going over in that one, and I couldn't get on the side here. It feels like right now in this game, so I probably would have pivoted, but I'm just not too sold on either side here at this point. But again, Giants a little bit of a road favorite. They've struggled on the road. They obviously were able to take yesterday's game here, but they dropped the other game in there. Let's move on. I think we've got a pick here from everybody. Brewers and the Braves with Frankie Montas here on the mound going up against Morton in this one. You got Morton a favorite here, $1.45-ish or so. Let me take a look here. Actually, yeah, maybe a little bit lower, but I'm showing $1.47 currently at Bovada, and total is definitely lower than this. Let's call it 9/20 on a definite move here in this one. I don't know. I figured you guys might prefer the over, but the move is definitely a little bit to the under here again. And there's no doubt so far since I want to say since the trade deadline, I was looking at last night. I didn't jot down the record, but the overs are coming in here as at least 55% since the trade deadline, and maybe even 56 after last week. That was before yesterday's results, and we saw some overs yesterday, so it's going to be very close to high 55% or 56% overs right now since the trade deadline. But again, on getaway day, I have a tendency to start with the unders, of course, but we've seen some runs here, no doubt. All right, Brewers here with Montas. Made his first start with the Brewers in his last game. He gave up 3 runs in 5 innings. He had a 5 ERA when he was with the Reds this season. 19 starts, a 4-8 record. Brewers here, they've gone over in 8 of their last 11 games, but the Braves have been a solid under, especially at home here of late. They're basically 2/3 of their last 39 games have gone under. They're 13-26 to the under in their last 39. They've lost 4 straight games right now following yesterday. The Brewers won it again. They beat Chris Sale in that one. We did have the pick here on the show to go over in that game, even with Sale pitching, and it did go over, of course, yesterday. For Morton, he has a 5.57 ERA in his last 4 starts. Atlanta's just 6-10 with Morton on the mound in his last 16 starts. Let's see what you guys might have here in this one. Atlanta and the Brewers, 6 straight meetings between these two teams in Atlanta have gone over. And I think your picks are coming in here. Let's take a look. See what you guys have in the Brewers and the Braves game. We'll start with Justin. He's got a prop here with Olsen going over his total bases. Maybe 209 Valley. I think he's saying take the Braves finally. Curvin's here today. Good morning to Curvin. And Rich is on Atlanta. Fernando is on the over. Nate says Montas is due for a shellacking. Dre's on the under. Art Tomps is on the under here in this one. Wow, gang. Joe T, though, going over here. And Rich says the Braves, they do hit Montas pretty well. Let's see. He did have 1 start against the Braves, I think, already, right? Was that this season, the 4 innings pitched, 4 runs that I saw? I'm not going to look. I'm not too worried. Again, I was with the Reds at that time. But I do thank you, Rich, of course. Really great contributor this week, Rich. Great to have you join Team Steam, it feels like. I think we got another one, you guys. We got another good handicapper in here. Ray says, give me the under here. The undergrads says go under. And John says, take the Braves. Got to fade Montas here. That's what I'm going to do as my pick here on the show. I'm going to take Atlanta. This is a reasonable price here. I think $1.45. I know we can get lower than that as well. Maybe I fired away and missed yesterday in the same type of philosophy, but I'm going to come right back on Atlanta here today. I mean, funny, right? The Brewers, you guys, let me check it too. I'm pretty sure yesterday there was plenty of support in the chat for the Brewers yesterday. It was back and forth, but and like I said, I what I had mentioned on the air that I wasn't sure, but the steam came on the Brewers yesterday. The Sharps appeared to be on the Brewers yesterday. I wasn't convinced, but the Sharps were definitely right yesterday, no doubt about it. All right, and computers are crashing. I hope that doesn't mean I won't be able to get you my favorite information, but let's see what Jermaine says. Oh, look what Jermaine said. No way that should the Braves even be favored in this game. So, all right, well, I'm on the Braves here, laying chalk, so not a great play by me according to Jermaine's view of this one, but that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and take him here. Jermaine's leaving him for dead. He says the Braves are done at this point. I think that's what he's saying. They're trailing the Phillies here by seven games? Let me see. Is it 7 games now? I forget because of the game last night. 7.5, right? I guess I was looking at the game before the Phillies closed out the Dodgers there yesterday, and boy, my man Dave Roberts was not happy with the way things went down. It did feel like the Dodgers didn't get a very good call on that late, but those things happen, and the floodgates opened, and that was it for that one. And the Phillies got a much needed victory. They're maybe turning it around. I agree, Justin. The Braves are not dead. I mean, come on, you look at right now where we stand as well. I mean, just because the Phillies are out there in that lead. I mean, and again, I don't. The Braves are in the wild card. I mean, still, right? They're in third. So with the Padres and Arizona tied right now. Biggie's here. Hello. Thank you, Biggie. It's great to have you. And all right. I think that's it for you guys on this one. And I'm going to take the Braves in this one. And again, getting a little bit of a discount. Maybe could I portray it as that here? All right. I'll try them again, basically, is what I'm saying. Next up will be my Padres. And how hot can these guys be? They just find ways to win, even when the other team loads the bases in the bottom of the ninth inning, bottom of the 10th inning, whatever it was. And the Padres were able to get out of it, gave up those runs. But you know what? When you can keep bringing in, and granted, like I said, the bullpen got into a little bit of trouble, okay? But I don't know. Padres don't have the best bullpen ERA right now, but they just keep bringing in dudes. I don't know if any team in the league can match what the Padres are doing. I mean, I'm very objective Padres fan, okay? I mean, 55 years of losing, I'm pretty objective. I don't know if any team is bringing in a bullpen like the Padres are right now with the dudes that they have, those arms that they have currently right now. They can just keep bringing them. Even if they take out the closer, they bring in another guy, who's outstanding here with all these deals that they've made. So the Padres are really, they're looking really, really strong. I feel great about this. And look, it's going to be hard to win anything if you're the Padres, but I'm extremely optimistic that this team is alive to win whatever, win a playoff series, win the National League pennant, maybe even get to the World Series right now with the way they're playing. Remember, they don't even have Tatis. They don't have Musgrove. They don't have Darvish right now. No chance. No Darvish. Who knows? Musgrove, though, looks to be a little bit on track here. they were trying to figure out how they can get Musgrove back into the rotation a little bit after Dylan Cease got hooked up with that one inning outing, and saying, hell, we could come back with him. We can maybe get Musgrove back in here. Anyways, this she's talking to me, guys. The computer. All right, let me get into the numbers here a little bit. And anyways, with these guys, I think where maybe I'm headed. I'm taking the Padres again. I can't be stopped. It feels like here. Padres have won 13 of their last 15 games overall. Now Ortiz, pretty good numbers here. Last 6 starts, 2.83 ERA, 2-0 record. Got knocked up a little bit last time out, if I'm not mistaken. I think we were on him. For Randy Vasquez, 4.5 ERA in his last 4 starts. He might be the one, weak link that the Padres might be having in that rotation, but he's still having a few decent performances as well. And against this Pirates lineup, and the Bucks have lost 5 of their last 6. I mean, I don't know. Are the Padres favored yet, as long as I've been talking? No, the Pirates are still a little bit of favorite here, but I'm going to take the Padres in this one. Ortiz got roughed up by the Pods here. Let's get your comments. In this one, Thomas is going to go with the Bucks, though, here, and Justin's going to go with over in this one. Frankie's going with Pittsburgh at this point. And let's see here. Rich is on the Padres here in this one. And I don't know if Thomas is agreeing with, is he talking about the Padres, Boop? We might be disagreeing here on, I don't know if Thomas was talking about the Padres, that looked rough because they gave up those late runs, but I'm just talking about arm for arm at this point. See, even Justin's not giving up on his team, even if he's rooting with his heart. I've got to get through Justin before I can go up against Thomas. All right, Dre's on the Padres here today. And how about that, Chris? I think the Dodgers slide has a lot to do with that right now. Padres about 20-1 to win the World Series at this point. And let's see. Biggie says Vasquez due for a quality start. Joe going over here. Here's a Nerfy from 209 Valley. Got Vasquez here. He's not good at his Nerfies, actually. So 16 starts, 7 times Vasquez has allowed a run in the first inning. Ortiz has been pretty good in his. He just has 6 starts, and he's allowed a first inning run 1 time. Nate will go Padres run line here. Kerbin's going over. And Biggie says, we haven't seen enough even from Ortiz here. Jermaine, team total over on the Padres. And let's see. Tyrone on the Padres here. Jacob going over. Hey, want to say hello to Calvin Paramore. Good to have Calvin around. He's got the Bucks here. Juice says the Pirates have had their share of good. Yeah, I would think, for the Pirates to be, 115 games in or whatever it is right now, for the Bucks to be 500, I think they've done a pretty nice job this season. I think we should give them credit, and I think, they can build with Skeens, I hope, and not be forced to, move him in the future. You think of the long line. You think of some of the great Bucks starting pitchers over the years, man, and this guy is going to be better than all. I don't know. I mean, could he be better than all of them in the end? Fernando going over here. Hey, a little bit of steam. Okay, I think I got the Padres here. It feels like the chat's on the Pirates for the most part, but there is some support in there for the Padres in this one. Watch out, man. These guys are slugging right now. Some steam just came in a little while ago, and it's against my move here on the show. You guys were going with the Brewers in the chat, and I was pretty much on the Braves a little bit. A few people agreed with me, but the Brewers are taking the steam here against the Braves right now. Take a look at this. With the lineups have come out, so let me see if there is any. Maybe there is some personnel out here. my play is in. It's a free play here on the show, but we do have the lineups here, the only ones that have come out here so far. And let's see who's out for the Braves. No, I don't see any regulars here out of this one. So I'll just still stick with the Brewers here. But looking at these lineups, I don't see any key regulars that are taking a day off here. I don't think. Let me see. For the Brewers, Terang, Churio, Mitchell, Contreras, Adames, Frelick, Bowers, Ortiz, and Haas. For the Braves, Kelenic, Riley, Ozuna, Olson, Arcia, Darno, Laureano, Duvall, and Merrifield. Okay. All right. Hello to Darren as well. Thank you, Darren, for coming. Let's keep it going here with the Mets going up against the Rockies. Couple left-handers here in a day game with Drew Peterson going up against Austin Gomber. Couple left-handers. In this one for Peterson, he's got a 4.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Mets have gone 8-3 with Peterson in his 11 starts this season. Gomber has a 5.5 ERA. In his last 4 starts. Colorado just 4-7 in his last 11 starts. The Rockies have dropped 8 of their last 12 overall. They've gone under in 11 of their last 14 games at home. This one has been dropping. The widely reported steam came on the under. It's still hanging in there at 10.5 for the most part. Heavily juiced to the under at Bovada. So I think maybe we're going to see a little bit more pressure to the under. Hey, I can only give it out as a free play at this point. We could have had a better line last night if you wanted. You could have got this one at 11.5 on the opener way back yesterday, but I'll go under 10.5 here, I think, with the Rockies. Again, probably more so the lack of quality offense from the Rockies that kind of keeps these games down rather than some conspiracy theory with the balls or something at Coors Field. This season, the home games at Coors have only gone 24-28 to the under with an average of 10.4 runs per game. Let me change that total, though. It's definitely 10.5 here right now. And the Mets are... Yeah, they're still about $1.50 though, or so. It doesn't feel real great, but the Mets were able to get it done yesterday. 4-team steam, great job yesterday in this one. I don't know if I would necessarily lay it on the show even here at this price of $1.50, but maybe today I will privately do it. I'll just take the under as my play here on the show. Let's get your plays and comments in the chat. And here we go. Who's started off? I'll start with Thomas. He's going under in this one. Justin's going Rockies. Team total over. Dre has the under in this one. Frankie's going Rockies run line. Darren going Mets and under. Justin, yeah, I did see some openers at 11 yesterday. Let me see if I can pin it down here, but I don't think that was a very widely available. I think it mostly was 11 by the time the first adjustment came in, but there definitely was 11.5. But again, I just think we're seeing enough unders here in Colorado at this point that I think in general the totals have been a little bit lower or moved to the under. Rich says, give me the Mets team total over. Juice says, go with the Rockies today. Calvin's going under with me in this one. And Tariq B is here today. Says he likes the under in the A's. I like under A's. Well, also Rockies first 5. Only Rockies first 5 for Tariq. Gomber is 9, 8, and 4 in his first 5s. Peterson, pretty good here, 7, 3, and 1 in his first 5s. All right, I think that does it for that one. I'll take the under with the Mets and the Rocks today. All right, we're going to move to the night card. Now, those were the day games in Major League Baseball, and the Reds are at the Marlins here, and this line is wrong. There's been a big move. We just talked about it. Marlins taking that steam here today. Hunter Green's been on fire, no doubt about it, but the Sharps probably liking that. The Reds is $2. They couldn't stand it, I guess. I'd call it as low as $1.65 right now. Pretty big move. Maybe we'll see. I don't know if we have the Reds scratches here yet. I don't think we do. But nonetheless, that's a pretty big number here. Let me get it back up there. You guys, there we go. Maybe $1.65 here at this point, and that total definitely juiced to the over here a little bit in this one with Hunter Green. As I mentioned, very strong numbers here of late for Green. He has a 0.27 ERA in his last 5 starts, but the Reds don't give him any run support. Maybe that's part of it. The Reds are just 3-5 in his last 8 starts, and Green has been, pretty good even beyond those 5 starts, but he's really been deadly here of late over the last couple of weeks. For the Reds, they've gone over in 6 of their last 7 games. For Tyler, 5.4 ERA so far in 6 starts for Tyler. Coming into this one. And, well, we saw, of course, yesterday, Team Steam, we were on the Reds, and they really, with, 5-0 before I even got the game on the TV, it felt like yesterday. Somebody mentioned it, I think. I was like, wait a minute, why am I not having this game on right now? And it didn't matter. The game was almost over at that point. And let's take a look here. Some of your plays with the Reds and the Marlins, gang. All right. Let me check on that, Mr. Tomatoes. I'm sure it's the case. I mean, come on. You're going to fire Pedro Goofy here? And I think that's interesting. Let me take a look at that. Yeah. So let me get the breaking news, and thank you to our man here. And that had Mr. Tomatoes coming. Mr. Tomatoes has the breaking news, and let's bring it to you right now, Mr. Tomatoes style. I think this one's worthy of the breaking news banner. Well, just about, what was it, 48 hours ago or 72 hours ago when I came on the air here and said, did anybody see the rant? Look on my Facebook. Facebook. Yeah, follow me on Facebook. Be like your grandma. Follow me on X, though, and you can see that interview with Ozzie Guillen. Now, maybe someone within the organization's taking over. We'll see if I can get that information. But Pedro Grifol has been fired here. The White Sox have announced they have dismissed Grifol here within the last few minutes here. It feels like we're seeing that breaking news coming across right now. TSN can confirm it right now. TSN out of Canada is reporting that Grifol has been fired, and also Major League Baseball has now put it up as well, that Grifol has been fired as manager from the White Sox. I don't think we see any news of a replacement just yet, but I'll just say it. I mean, Ozzie Guillen was on the air the other day. He's an analyst on the White Sox postgame show, but he said, and we don't know with Ozzie Guillen if he's kidding. He's a very funny guy. He's fiery, but he's humbled too a little bit. And he might be a retread, but who else are you going to get to fire up the White Sox? I'd put Ozzie Guillen back there. I know I mentioned it yesterday, but he had mentioned in that interview, other than the fact that he said, I can't believe this is the guy they picked over me. That's what he basically said about Grifol. And he also said, I need to go to Chicago here. I need to go to the field or something like that. Something that effect of maybe he could be the man to come back in there. So you wonder what took the White Sox so long yesterday. So thank you, Mr. Tomatoes. All right, back to the plays here a little bit with that Reds game. Let's get your plays in. Is it the Reds game? Is that where we left off? Let me get your plays here in this one with Thomas Lewis, Cincinnati Reds on the run line here. Justin McKelvey says, give me Ellie De La Cruz going over in his top play today, over his total bases. Rich says, give me the Cincinnati team total. Give me the Reds on the run line. Tariq B likes the Reds. First five today with Green's 11, 6, and 5 with his first fives, and Tyler is 2, 3, and 1. Jermaine's going over. Frankie's got the Marlins on the run line. Darren says, give me the Reds, first half and full game. Dre's on the Reds. And let's see here. Joe T says this is his best play of the day to go over in this one with the Reds and the Marlins. Hey, Joe, don't be giving out my top plays here on the show there, my friend. I'm just kidding. You give me all your plays, man, especially your totals, but hopefully you got that one, if you know what I mean. And let's see here. Mr. Tomato, bring Ozzy back. Absolutely bring. Or how about Tony La Russa? How about Tony La Russa? Yeah, at least they have the Tariq. At least they did it on a day off, right? So they can. At least they have more managers, at least in the last 3 weeks, than wins. Reds run lines play for juice. Calvin Paramore says, take the Reds on the super run. This is a consensus play here on the Reds here today. I'll go with you guys. Let's do it. I'll take the Reds here. Run line. All right, if we have to. Like I said, I think if anything, I'm gonna say the consensus is on the run line. I'm gonna take the money line as my play here, but team consensus definitely run line. I think the discount. I know $1.65 still not great to even. In fact, $1.74 here. It's a little bit of a discount here. Hey, Solo is here. Hi, Solo. Thanks for coming by. And first team Steam consensus play, Cincinnati Reds on the run line today. Okay, next up is the Angels taking on the Yankees with Anderson going up against Cortez here. I think the talking heads have been kind of saying, what we kind of know about Cortez here, not looking great, but come on, we still with these Yankees here. They won 8 of their last 10. They're going up against the Angels have shown a little bit of life here, definitely of late. Get plenty of runs scored yesterday by the Angels, and they've got Tyler Anderson here. Won 4 of his. Or no, let's see. The Angels have won 5 straight on the road with Anderson on the mound. Cortez comes in with an 8.16 ERA, and the Yankees have just gone 4-8 with Cortez in his last 12 starts. But like I said, Yankees still doing well. They've gone over in 29 of their last 40 games overall. The Angels have been going under in 10 of their last 15, but nonetheless, still some big runs. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. Okay, there we go. Yankees first half and full game. We've got Carla Football League picks. We're going to preempt this Major League Baseball coverage because Carla stops by, and we don't want her to have to wait another 20 minutes here with these baseball games. So let's talk about it, Carla. I'm going to take Ottawa in the over tonight in the CFL game. I even think I made a graphic for Carla here with Ottawa. I guess I didn't. I put in Yeah, no, I got it right. I got the right. I thought I had the wrong. I thought I had. Get a little confused still. I'm an old man, right? When I see Rough Riders and then I see Ottawa, and then I'm thinking in my brain, I think, I don't know, like a lot of people know this, especially my Canadian friends, that the Ottawa used to be called the Rough Riders. And when Saskatchewan played Ottawa, it was the Rough Riders against the Rough Riders. And that was for years and years. That was for the history of the league, really, until Ottawa folded and came back reincarnated as the Red Blacks. So a little bit of CF. I know Carlin knew that, and I still got confused. A little old man head here uh, with that. But Ottawa Red Blacks a favorite here. They are up to 4, so I'll take them. That doesn't feel that comfortable, but it's my preferred play today. I think I'll take Ottawa. They were favored by 1.5, so I think that is the maybe the hesitation that I have. But they are up to 4 for sure here, and they might have opened 2 or 2.5 at a few places that waited to open the game up. But I'll take Ottawa Red Blacks over Saskatchewan Roughriders today, and I will go over 48.5. Where's Rod? Where's Rod? I saw him. I don't know. He might have actually commented on this game on another show on the drive-through yesterday, and I might have missed it. So if he's out there, we'll definitely love to hear from him. Okay, let me get back. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Carla. Football League. All right, let me get back to our baseball coverage, though, right now. With we were on the Angels here and the Yankees. We were on your plays. That's where we were at. With Jermaine says at $1.60, though, I'll side with the Angels here in this one. Let's see what that price is right now. Do I have it a little bit stale there on the line? You guys think I actually have it way wrong. Okay, thanks, brother. You got it right. I left something in there. What is it? A 210 or so? Oh gosh, 250. Breaking the bank, breaking the Ramon sports book here, taking advantage. And then when I went to say, hey man, your bet's canceled, you can't have $1.60. That was just an error. And then you took me to the gaming board and said, Ramon, you can't do that. This is a little bit. I'm teasing here, of course, with Jermaine, but this is a big misnomer. And I know we're in a lot of controversy right now with DraftKings and their surcharges and all that. But here's something about this, right? So I'm not saying I had the line on the screen wrong. That's just a little funny. But if something were to come up where like something big or major and something's like $1.50, but they're really minus 400, and someone comes in and lays $1.50, for the max, whatever their max is, there's going to be limits or whatever. And sometimes maybe they'll pay it off, but they might try to refund your money and say, hey, you know what? We had a wrong line. Your bet's not valid. We're going to just refund your money. And your team went on to win. And you're like, this book ripped me off. They had the line at $1.60. And even though it was minus 400, if you take that to the gaming commission, they're going to sign with the gaming commission every time, because what the gaming commission will do is say, well, let's take a look. The whole industry had it at minus, here's 375, 380, 410, 415, 395, and one book had it at minus $1.50. The gaming commission is going to say that is just a typo and the bet would not stand. It's really on the player to kind of know. Now, that's never going to stand if it's $1.75 and $2. That's just the way it is, right? We know that those are similar lines, but when you're talking like a minus 400, even if you're talking minus 250 and 150, is probably enough. So that's how those things kind of work a little bit here. I know that, we get toxic on X and all that, but, the gaming commission, it's kind of like this thing with DraftKings. They don't need to, I don't say it's completely equivalent, but they didn't need to go out of their way and say, hey, we're going to start stacking a surcharge. They could have just split the spread, if you will, the margin to, add another 3 or 5 cents. I think they did it to make a point with those states, because Look, I know a lot of my friends on some of these shows, they're very critical of DraftKings doing, and I am too. I think they're taking the wrong approach in doing this. But those states, when you looked at when they made those rules, one of the first things I said is those tax rates are too high. How are books going to deal with such enormous tax rates? Some of those states, huge tax rates, way over a regular percentage of what regular businesses are making just to get sports betting in. So the real problem in many of those states lies with the tax rates that were set forth in the voting propositions and the rules by those new gaming jurisdictions, those new sports betting jurisdictions. The tax rate just came out uh, too high. It really did. And I think that's what DraftKings is. They just wanted to get in there. They thought maybe, and I think they will be able to continue to do business. Remember, what's happening here is all the other companies, because of DraftKings player acquisition strategies, other books are just folding their tent. They can't compete. And DraftKings is kind of working, I don't know if you could have a monopoly in sports betting, really, a real luxury product like this. And there'll be other options still. But all right, let me get back to, I don't know, oh, man. Anyways, here's Frankie on the Frankie on the Yankees here. Rich says, "Give me the Yankees team total over." Joseph says, "Give me the over here in this one." Jermaine, what is he? Jermaine cracks me up. Cortez was getting worse. Okay, no. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it was a legit line move. You're right, Jermaine. That's funny. Right. Rich, yeah, you know what? In fact, I believe, though, that was a fan choice. I think that's what won, actually. Okay, over can be in play, says Tariq. And that's what it was, Tom. The team colors were red and black. And that's what the fans ended. I think the fans actually voted. Jermaine says, "What is your X, Ramon? What is your X? Please follow me on X, everybody, if you want." There it is, Ramon Scott Media. Also, at Tony's Picks Ramon, you can pick up other plays from me there. Usually it's my videos that I run with Tony here, maybe when WNBA comes back. We'll see. And let's see, we've got a few more plays from you here. Carl Trammell. Hello. Thank you so much. Welcome to Carl Trammell. I think we've actually had Carl stop, and he says just joined the group yesterday. I felt like we've had Carl here before because I thought we remember seeing Carl's physique. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate it very much. And maybe we just have a lot of buff guys, of course, like me. All right. I think that's it for this one, gang. Oh, did I make my play? Hey, maybe Ramon should make his play here in this one. And you know what? I almost want to come in on the not because of the error in the line that I made, but maybe it is. Maybe I subtly was thinking it should be $1.60 because everyone's kind of. It does feel like everyone's kind of wanting to mop up against Cortez here. To me, it feels like a fine spot for the Yankees as a team, but I know there's just a lot of worry about Cortez coming into this game. So, oh man, this one's actually a bit tough for me here, but I'm going to take the over in this one with the Yankees and the Angels. I'm really considering a premium on it, but I guess too late now. Maybe a little adjustment in my head on the line there, seeing what I'm seeing. I do have it written down correctly, but I just said it like it was a good line, didn't I? I didn't even think twice. That worries me. I'm going to switch to the total. Give me a total over. Ray says, give me the Angels first 5 money line. Anderson 8, 11, and 3 in his first 5s, and Cortez 8, 12, and 3. All right, we're almost done with our games here, you guys. With the Orioles taking on the Blue Jays, and hey, we had a premium pick winner on the over yesterday. They were able to pick it up a little bit and get those offenses going. Remember, these two teams have been such a massive over here of late. Can you do it again with these teams? Even though they had an under, but the trends just continue to be massive for these two teams right now. Going over, we know the Orioles right now over in 17 of their last 20 games. Kramer has gone over in 11 of his last 15 starts. He has a 7.20 ERA here in his last 5 starts, and he's gone 0-4 in his last 5 starts. Orioles are just 2-6 in his last 8 starts. For Gausman, he's got a 4.45 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone over in 7 of his last 8 starts, and Toronto's gone over in 31 of their last 39 games. So the trends are extremely difficult to ignore here, and probably just roll it again. Look, if these teams weren't on such an overrun, I would think that this game would have been able to hang at 8.5. I mean, there definitely is some tax here with the two teams right now. But go ahead, you guys, if you're ready to comment here. Again, one of the the first game of the series did go under here. Blue Jays are 32-23 to the over at home. But they've gone over in 8 straight games on the back-to-back. Here we go. Orioles and Blue Jays, your comments from the chat. Thomas is going to go over here. Justin says, give me Vladdy with an RBI in this one. Rich wants the over. Frankie is on Baltimore. R. Thompson is on the over here. Nate Dogg is here. Is that the Nate Dogg? And hello to chat room, sports betting chat room legend, Crystal Craig here today. And how about Jackson Holiday? Gosh, every time he's up there right now, it feels like he's a threat to go long at this point. The only young player I'm like, well, I mean, other than Witt, also pretty awesome. But how about my man Jackson Merrill with that? You talk about you got Jackson Holiday, you got Jackson Merrill. Made me think of that because Merrill hit that clutch home run yesterday for my Padres to tie up the game. But no doubt Jackson Merrill, Jackson Holiday on fire. Joe says go over in this one. And I think the Sharps, let me take a look here. The Sharps I think they're going under for the most part. In this game, but I can't do it. I mean, even with this tax, I just think I got to go over here in this one. I mean, how about Santana? And did he hit 2 home runs yesterday, Rich? I think I saw one. Were they showing me a replay of the first one, or did he hit 2 yesterday? Eric Mose is here today. Great to have Eric. All right. Kind of wanted to maybe get a premium here on the look at right here. Jermaine says, you know what, you gotta, I don't know, I would almost think that we override the Blues here a little bit. It feels like with these two teams right now and the way these games have been going over with these guys. Okay, look at this. Thomas says it's consensus, so I guess I'll stick with that. I'll go with it too. If it's a consensus, I was gonna go premium, but I think everybody knows it's a huge over trend. You don't need me to sit here and, it's kind of like a White Sox game telling you how bad they are. These teams just go over. And it was, Jermaine, it definitely was a workout there yesterday to get this one finally going over. But it felt like, how many times did we have, I guess that's every game, but men on base, and they couldn't finish the job in a couple of the innings as well. All right. Next up, it'll be the Rays and the Cardinals here with Shane Baz going up against the Cardinals. Gibson, I think everybody can tell that I'm pretty high on Baz. Here at this point, I'm always high on the Rays, young pitchers, talent. Feels like they just kind of reload, trade them, and they'll come up and bite you every couple of years. I think they're fitting into the small market category a little bit, given their status in the American League East. Tampa Bay here with Baz. He's got a 3.37 ERA in his last 4. He made just 5 starts so far, but I certainly like what I see from Baz. We've seen him before. So Gibson here, a 4.37 ERA in his last 4 starts. Cardinals here right now. They've gone over in 8 of their last 13, but the Rays have gone under in 8 of their last 10. Gibson's gone over in 11 of his last 14 starts in this one. So what are you guys going to do here with the Rays on the road against the Cards? Get your comments in on this one. I'm showing, is it $1.25 still here for the Cards? $1.25 and 8 over 20. So let's get your plays here with Cards money line for Thomas Lewis to start us off. And then here is Ray. He wants first 5. Ray's first 5 in this one. Baz so far 2-1-2 in his first 5s. And for Gibson, 7, 11, and 3. Frankie says give him St. Louis. They were able to get the job yesterday, get it done with Fetty. Of course, I went with Tampa Bay here on the show. I think Tampa Bay was a pretty popular play, but there definitely was some support yesterday in the chat for the Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken. R. Tomps wants the over, and Rich is on Tampa Bay here in this one. And I do want to check a little market action here, actually, as I look at it. All right. And wow, some overs in there. I'm going to go with the under. I'm sorry, gang. I'm going under with this matchup with Tampa Bay and St. Louis today. Here's Justin wants the Rays as well. I might be saving the Rays. They've been I've been not seeing the series too well, but I do like the game today. We'll see. All right, next up here. Remember, we've got football here at the end, 2 NFL games to look at, so stay with me here. I'm going to give you a couple of plays on NFL preseason action tonight. And I've got to get off the air here quick because we've got more synchronized swimming. And boy, I tell you, how about the moonwalk, underwater moonwalk. All right, Phillies and Diamondbacks here with Colby Allard going up against Montgomery of the Diamondbacks here. And the Phillies going to be, they're a road favorite. No, I don't know if they are anymore. I got to switch it. I think we're seeing a little bit of a shift to the Diamondbacks. I'm just going to leave it at 115. I mean, the sharp books have got it, 107, 108, 110 maybe. But total here, definitely at 9.5. So we'll see. Maybe it's close to, I guess you could. No, you got to have Arizona as just a slight favorite, I think, at all the books right now here with this one. We saw the Phillies yesterday, maybe a little bit fortunate to get that win. We had the over here as our pick on the show with the Phillies and the Dodgers yesterday, but after that controversial call, the Phillies get all those runs and go on for the victory. I think it was 8-4 final yesterday for the Phillies over the Dodgers. Too bad, Dodgers. Things are getting a little bit tight here. Let's talk about where we stand in this one with the Phillies and Allard. This will be a bullpen game, certainly, for Colby Allard and gang. Phillies they've dropped 14 of their last 21, but obviously have won a couple of games here over the last few nights against the Dodgers. They've gone over in 7 of their last 9 overall. Montgomery has an ERA of 9.82 in his last 4 starts, but Arizona's been giving him some run support, and the Diamondbacks have won 5 of his last 7 starts. They've also gone over in 8 of his last 12 starts. Arizona's won 18 of 23 coming into this one. They've gone over in 10 of their last 11. All right. Montgomery has a 6.3 ERA in 2 starts against the Phils. And Arizona 8 straight at home on a back-to-back. All right, let's see what you guys have here, if anything, Phillies and Diamondbacks today. All right. Oh, sorry, gang. Here we go. I'll just back up here a little bit with Thomas starting us off. He's got Arizona on the money line. Tariq likes the D-backs with Montgomery. Maybe Jermaine's going. Oh, I think that's the last game actually. Here's Darren on Philadelphia in this one. Jermaine though, Diamondbacks team total over. I think Frankie likes the over in this game. Ray says, give me Diamondbacks and over. And my goodness, I want to say hello and welcome. I mean, I've never seen this person in our chat, but how can you not respect Mantle, Mays, and Morgan of all? You could have thought of, because you think of, remember when Willie Mays passed away, and we were singing the song, talking baseball with Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. If you know that song, the Whiz Kids had won it. Bobby Thompson had done it. And I could sing the whole song to you if you wanted to, but the Grand Salami over 91 here. Hopefully there's no pitching changes today. Want to say hello and thank you to Mantle, Mays, and I better get it right, Joe Morgan. People think I'm crazy. Diamondbacks team total over here in this one. Rich says he's got the over in this one, and Tyrone says he's got Arizona and over as well. It may be Jermaine, but anybody comes in with a Grand Salami and that's their first comment. I mean, I'm not going to think I think maybe could be a regular, but that's a great name and that's a great play. Salami over 91, and why not? The way these runs have been coming in lately, it feels like on some of these games. Okay, for me here, let's see in this one, I've got to grab Arizona here in this one and take the Diamondbacks as my play here today. Okay, one more I think in Major League Baseball, right? And we got the Tigers. Maybe the line. Okay, no, it's up everywhere now, and it does feel like the Tigers here with Faedo. Feels like he started every game this week. Is he an opener here in this one? It feels like going up against Wu. Wu has a 1.62 ERA in his last 3 starts. Seattle 9-3 with Wu on the mound here. He's back. He's been back. Mariners just 3-10 in their last 13 home games. They've gone over in 8 of their last 11 overall in this one. Maybe that's a big price. Is that a typo? No. Maybe it's down to $1.90 in a lot of books. 7.5 under 20. It might be sneaking up just a little bit at a few spots, or 7 under 20, 7 over 20. Take your pick at what you prefer for a line if you're playing the total. Detroit here. Let's see. Yeah, let's get your plays here in this one. I don't know. Let's see here in the where are we going first with? Thomas is saying he was wondering about Tommy. We've talked about the Grand Salami, haven't we? That's when you have all the runs, add up all the runs in the game. So maybe that's what Jermaine, he saw Salami and was it? But the Grand Salami today definitely at 91 here today. All the runs in the games. I've mentioned it before. I've even kind of recommended as a play before on some of the days when I've said, oh, look I've got all these unders. Let's go under in the Grand Salami or over in the Grand Salami. And like I said, there definitely is more overs right now over the last week here, about 56% over here since the trade deadline, and I believe a little under 55% since the All-Star break. So Frankie's on Detroit, and Rich says take Seattle. Wu pitches better at home. And Tariq said he had the Tigers yesterday, likes the over. Not much from you guys here, it feels like, with this game. Maybe because the Tigers' pitching situation looks a little bit sketchy heading in here. But we'll get more news, I think, as the day goes along. And I kind of want to find a way to take the Tigers here, and I'll take them on the run line today. Give me the Tigers plus a 1.5. All right, that's it for Major League Baseball. Let's talk about our 2 football games for today. Here, NFL action. NFL preseason action here with the Patriots. Well, the Patriots are a 6.5-point favorite. Did they sign Tom Brady last night? What's going on here? We do know that the Panthers are not going to play Bryce Young in this game, and they've already announced also they'd be sitting, I think, most, if not all, of their starters for this first game. So after Bryce Young, you still have Andy Dalton, I would think, would still get a little bit of run. Now, he might be enough of a veteran that you're going to see Jack Plummer and Jake Luton here, and maybe that's a problem for the Panthers. But what are the Patriots exactly going to be all about? Now, their philosophy feels like they're maybe using this one as more of a tune-up. I think the move was basically on the fact that the Panthers were already proclaiming, we're sitting them out. This is the direction we're going in this one, and maybe the Patriots, because of where they're situated, both teams need a ton of work, right? Who are the Panthers to be resting any starters at this point? These are cases when teams are doing this, to me, makes very little sense. Here are all these starters so entrenched in their jobs at this point. You're trying to protect their injuries. You're the Panthers. Come on. I don't care what the line is. I'm grabbing. Maybe I'll grab it at 7 and pay a little juice, but I can't. There's no problem when you think about games like this. The Patriots are, let me clarify. The Patriots open in this game is, pretty much like a 1.5-point favorite for the most part, maybe 3.5 at the books who waited to open it up a little bit later. The fact that it's moved to 6.5, you don't say like, oh, you know what, I didn't get the 3.5, so I can't take the Patriots. You just wipe the slate clean and start anew with 6.5. That was after the news came out, the Panthers philosophy. Now, if you think that kind of like I do, like, who are the Patriots to be fair? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll have a great game. Look, you got look at their quarterback rotation. The Patriots might have one of the deepest quarterback rotations. We make fun of them and how terrible they've been, but you got to figure with Drake May obviously as the quarterback here, and he'll be probably projected to be the starter. You got Jacoby Brissett, you've got Bailey Zappi in there, and you got Joe Milton as well. So I think that's what people are seeing here with the Patriots. But this is a preseason game with a total of 33. Look, what is the final score going to be in this game? 20-13. There it is right there. So is that good enough for you? I'm going to take the Panthers here. I don't know if the Patriots I don't know if this game can get over 3 touchdowns actually in this one. So I think that's the way that I'm going to kind of look at this one, is that in a preseason game, I don't know if the Patriots, even if they are, going to be a little bit more heavy with their better players, are going to be a touchdown better in a preseason game right now to start us off. So I'm going to just grab the Panthers as my free play here on the show. But man, 33.5 now. Is that right? Yeah, 33.5 pretty much everywhere. It opened maybe only as high as 34.5. So there's not, you're not missing out. Again, NFL preseason games always dealing about a touchdown lower in a lot of these spots. So, all right, if you got to play in the NFL preseason, let me know. But I'm going to definitely take the Panthers here, plus the points as my free play. Lazulov is here today. All right. Also, Thomas gives us our baseball consensus. Reds run line, Orioles over. And Thomas says, you know what, if I can get a 7 without having to pay for it, maybe I will. I thought there was maybe a couple 7s and it was bought back a little bit. It could go to 7. It's definitely 6.5 minus 20 at a lot of spots right now. our top's going to be with me here, taking the Panthers here. 209 Valley. Preseason teasers are, let me tell you something, 209 Valley. I'm not going to come in here and tell everyone, let's start playing preseason teasers, but you could pretty much rest assured that pretty much every preseason game that I was going to say every preseason game that I bet. Maybe I should change that. Every preseason game is going to be tied into a teaser with me. And I'm going to start with a two-teamer, and I'm going to continue to build two-teamers throughout the week. And we'll probably have teasers, and mostly on sides because, I don't know, the back door is always open in the preseason, you guys. Come on. Nate on the Panthers as well. All right, that's it for this one. Let's move on to the next one and end the show. It's the Lions taking on the Giants here. And the Giants are favored because, that same thing here a little bit. Maybe the Lions have already kind of announced that, we're not going to be as focused or as veteran heavy here in this one. And maybe that's a little bit more substantial to understand with the Lions, who are actually, one of the better teams in the league. And so if they want to give some of their top players, like Jared Goff, obviously, a rest here. Look, Goff played every single snap last year for the Lions, so you're not going to worry about that or anything. But you have Sudfeld and Hendon Hooker here for the Lions. That's not bad. Hooker, he was around last year, so I would think that he could, challenge for the spot here against the Lions. But what will their philosophy be? I would think maybe a little bit, not full intensity. Here's the story with these two teams. They played. The Giants announced today, and the line really hasn't moved in accordance to this. Maybe it hasn't kind of broken. I haven't, the shows are just coming on, of course, but the Giants have announced that they're also going to be resting a lot of players, but we've yet to see an adjustment here to that news. Maybe the Giants will still have a little bit more attention and focus with this being their home game. And if you look at their situation at quarterback, maybe they actually could be a little bit deeper here with Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito going. I don't know. It sounds kind of even, actually, as much as we love DeVito. But the Giants going to be favored here, and I will still take them. And maybe I got to be honest, on preseason, I'm way apt more to take money lines on anything 3 points, 3.5, 2.5, usually money line, quite frankly, personally. But I'll lay the points here on the show. That's what we do. I'd like to get it down to 3.5 here. To 3, obviously. And the other key thing in preseason football to note, nobody wants to play overtime. So the differences between 1.5, 2.5, and 3. Those are huge differences, actually, in the preseason. So nobody wants to play overtime, and you will get teams, going for 2, practice their 2-point conversion and everything. So, a lot of times just kick it through, but nobody wants to play overtime. No one's going to be kicking to go to overtime. They're going to be going for 2 every time and things like that. So you do get some funky numbers sometimes in the preseason. And don't forget, also going to get to take a look tonight at the kickoff. Now, look, there have been a lot of criticism after that first game because all the teams couldn't figure it out. I watched those replays. I had a hard time thinking that they were blowing the whistle on that here. I think maybe they just want to tighten it up and make sure nobody's stepping off that line before the ball is caught by the player in the green zone, if that's what we call it, the return zone. I think the return zone is what they're calling it. So, look, I think this one may be a little bit looser than that last game with the philosophies of the teams coming in here, even if we are resting some players here. I'll just take the Giants. So they seem to be a little bit more in need of wanting to have a good victory here. Also, let me see. I think I had the numbers on Dable. Preseason numbers on on Dable here. Let me see if I have that, gang. I'll let you go. I won't keep you too long here. My play is certain in this one on the Giants, but maybe I should have come. Maybe it could have come with it a little bit better here on this. I want to get this number here. All right, that might do it for the show. I want to thank everybody here for joining me on the morning steam in this for today. We're back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific with Friday action, including more NFL football. There'll be 3 games tomorrow: Texans and Steelers, Falcons and Dolphins, Eagles and Ravens. We've got incredible Olympics action coming up tonight. As well. It should be awesome. Of course, we're going to see Noah Lyles going in the 200, and they'll have a couple of Americans facing off there as well. And we saw this morning the U.S. men's 4x100 relay. Wow, we might actually win. Jamaica is out. They lost. They didn't make it. And U.S. won its heat and looked very impressive. Man, they could win the 4x100 tonight. We got those basketball games coming up here in just a little bit as well. So going to be some pretty exciting nights here at the Olympics. And right now I'm watching United States here. Women's volleyball against Brazil. They took that first set and things are looking really exciting. And only the U.S. won by 2 points in that first set. And I don't know, but Plummer, she's not looking great out here. We'll have to get the news on Plummer, but she's just hammered one down, and she looks like she's under the weather or something. So we'll see what's going on there. Going to have to investigate a little bit here moving forward, but should be some exciting action here tonight at the Olympic Games. So, all right, and Nelly Corda also. I saw those golf scores, and Nelly Corda is starting to creep up here. Rosang, not great, but man, look out. A few more. Let's say hello to everybody. Or goodbye to everybody here with Thomas, R. Thompson. Thank you. Mantle Mays Morgan gets another shutout as well. Fernando. Thanks, everybody. Catch you tomorrow. More morning steam at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Don't forget Tony T and the drive-through crew today, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Preview those primetime games, including the football games, I'm sure. And I'll get you out of there before the start of the games. All right. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.